Here we are, it's the morning, about to put this on. Already threw one on the chest. I'm going to do a very light application of this, mostly because the sprayer is massive. So, I'm going to do one here on the side, and one on my, let's see it, wrist. Both of those kind of missed. First shot, very light rose. Amber's coming through. There's a little bit of a boozy tone to this. There's no booze in the notes, from what I remember, but there's something in here that's giving a boozy vibe. So we'll see. It's about 9:45 right now. See how it goes during the day. I'll talk to you guys later.
So I was going to shoot a video right after I had put this on, but it was raining too hard. I was walking on the train, so I couldn't do it. So right now we're about an hour and a half in, and when I first put it on, I said that there was a little bit of a boozy scent to it. That subsided quite a bit, and the amber has come out. This is a very warm amber. It's not like the heavy resinous amber that you'd find in an Ambre Sultan or an Amber Absolute. This one is much, it does border a little bit on transparent almost. Now I should note that when I was applying it this morning, I kind of screwed up and I missed. Some of the juice missed my neck and missed my arm when I went to spray it, so it's been a little bit lighter than it should be. But so far, it's still very dominant in the rose. Sorry, I gotta watch myself here. It's pleasing for an amber floral scent. It's got a relaxing and calming tone to it. Even though it's not really what it's supposed to do, it still has that scent to it. So it's not really jumping off my skin too much. I don't know exactly how much that has to do with the fact that I somewhat misapplied it, but we'll see how it goes from here. So far it still is, I still am getting the rest of it, even on this cold weather. It's raining, not snowing today. So, we'll see. Hour and a half in, so far so good. I was a little concerned that this was going to be a little bit too overpowering for my office, but that's not the case so far. So I will check back in with you guys a little bit later. All right, here we are back in the infamous bathroom again. I'm not covering the mic, no. So, we're about 3.5 to 4 hours in now, and the rose has really subsided a little bit. It's a lot more, now I'm looking at the camera, it's a lot more subdued. It's not as prominent of a note as it was when I first sprayed it on. The amber is really coming out. As I said before in the last one, the amber is very mild. It's not thick, it's not heavy, but it's still very prominent. And I think really the great part of this juice is that, I was reading a review earlier today that the amber is there, but it allows the other notes to show through, and I think that's really spot on with it. Instead of enveloping everything else so that you're really just getting a wallop of amber and there's a couple little things in the background, it's not transparent, but it allows everything to coexist within the fragrance. So it's very remarkably well blended. I know I'm just going all over the place right now with this camera, but it's really well blended. I'll say this, when I put it on this morning, I said that there was kind of a boozy tone to it. I went back and I looked at the notes, and one of the top notes is grapefruit. I think that's what I was smelling. Really no booze note in this. So I think it's just a very sharp grapefruit smell up top that mixed with the amber, and that kind of came off as boozy. But if that's really subsided, that's not there anymore. But so far it's doing well. Projection is decent. Again, I kind of screwed up when I sprayed it this morning. I didn't really get very direct hits with the atomizer, so to speak. So, it's doing well. Going strong at about 3.5, 4 hours right now. So we'll check back in a little bit later. Alright, so we're about 5 hours and a little bit more in right now. And I think so far the main takeaway from this throughout the day is a couple of things. One, really how nice the amber is in this, and how well done it is, how it allows the other notes to really come through and blend in. And the other one is really how elegant this is. I was expecting this to be a little bit more loud. The notes would lend itself to being a bit more of a bombastic fragrance, but it's not. This really has a very elegant tinge to it. Very unisex. I don't know why they classified this as masculine. It certainly can be worn by unisex. Yeah, this is a very elegant and well done juice that can be worn in a lot of scenarios. You can wear it. Obviously, I'm wearing it at the office, and it's just fine. You can wear this with a suit. You can wear this on a date. Really, I think the versatility of this really is very good. Projection, I'm outside in the cold, and you get a little bit of it. You know, not the best, but I think if I had applied it a little bit better, it probably would have been a lot better. So, that's that. We'll check back in later. 7 hours now, and finally the snow is coming down here a little bit. But this is still going strong. Well, I shouldn't say strong. It's a little bit faint, but certainly not like Pure Shot where it was dead and gone and I couldn't even smell anything. A little tough to get anything while I'm outside here right now. It's pretty cold, but it's definitely noticeable. This is not, you know, a skin scent to the point where you have to bury my nose on my arm to get a whiff of it. So this is really far into the base notes right now, obviously, and really this is very predominantly amber right now. And it's a really, really nice amber. The rose is very subtle. Most of the citrus and freshness that is in the opening is mostly gone. There are hints of it, but this is a very smooth amber. So think of it like this. You have a very high-priced drink, like a whiskey or cognac, and if you buy some of the cheaper kinds, very bitter. This one is like a high-priced drink in that it's very smooth, but yet it's still got the power of amber, much like a high-priced whiskey still has the power of whiskey. Still knock your socks off if you have too much. But I think this is definitely a winner. I'll give it a little bit more time. I won't give my final impressions of it right now. I'll see how long I can go for it. 7 hours, it's still there, as you would expect from an EDP. And probably check back in one more time with a final report on the longevity, and I don't suspect any other kind of notes are going to pop up this late, but you never know. So, talk to you soon. So I just got back from work, and let's see here. Well, it's a little faint, but still getting traces of the juice. And this is now a good solid 9.5 hours. About 9.5 hours since I put it on this morning. So for juice that I didn't apply correctly and that went through a very cold day, that's pretty good. Generally, fragrances don't last on me as long as some others. So if I get 9.5 hours out of something, that's really good. And in reality, it's really about all you need. You don't really need much more than that. It gets to the point where you start wearing something for 12, 14, 15, 16 hours, and first of all, take a shower. Second of all, I don't think you need it for that long. If it lasts, great. If not, then, it's not the end of the world. But anyways, really had a great day with this. It surprised me, how well blended this was. I know Dior is a top quality line. They've always put out great products. Very, very few of their releases have been duds. So it doesn't surprise me that they put out a product that's incredibly well blended, but I guess it took me to actually wear it to realize just how really well blended this was. It was very hard to pick out individual notes, certainly when I first sprayed it on, but to pick them out individually was very difficult. Doable, but hard. It took me looking at the notes to really understand the grapefruit in the beginning. Obviously, the amber is the prominent note here, but it's not dominant. It does not overpower the juice. It does not overshadow the other notes in there. It certainly blends very well with the rose. And as I said before, it's very smooth. So, a very well done juice here. The only downsides I would see to this would be that while it is a very unique blend, there are a couple of other niche juices out there that do similar things. New York Amber and Harrods Amber from Bond are a little bit, they're definitely in the same ballpark as this. I don't think it would terribly be that redundant of a purchase to have both. I still am trying to figure out if Harrods and New York Amber are the same thing. If you look at Bond's website, the notes are identical. So, and I actually wore Harrods yesterday, and I wore New York recently. I think they might well be the exact same juice, but Harrods also cost $20 less. So if they're the same juice, why does one cost $20 more? The bottle's no different. So, anyways, but I don't think it would be that redundant. If you really like this note, if you like rose, if you like amber, there are enough differences between the two that I don't think you would. I think you could enjoy both and own both and have uses for them. Some have said that this is a little bit similar to Noir de Noir. A little bit. There's really no amber in Noir. And the floral aspect of that is different. I have a subscriber, you know who you are, who got splits of both Ambre Nuit and Noir de Noir from me. I think he got Noir de Noir. And after he got the Ambre Nuit, he said, oh gosh, this is a lot more feminine than I thought it was going to be. Certainly more feminine than the Noir, and he didn't like it as much. So it can come off a little bit more feminine. Certainly the citrus aspect of it. Amber itself is kind of shoots down the line, certainly the way they present it here in this juice. And the rose it's a lighter rose. This is not a dark rose by any means. The fragrance itself is a little bit dark, but not to the extent of a Noir de Noir, a Black Oud from Montal. I don't think that they are all that similar. So, should you buy this? If you're looking for that quality amber rose, this really could be a great buy for no other reason than the price is fantastic. This guy, 8.4 ounces is $225. It's unbeatable. When I did a split of this, I was offering 50 milliliter portions for like $60, a little bit more than that. So the price is excellent on this, and I think you can get the 4.2 ounce or 4 point something ounce. Runs about $150. So for niche quality juice, which this absolutely is, this is definitely niche quality. The whole line is, for Christ's sake, to get 4.2 ounces for $150, or get this for under $1 a milliliter. Whew, that's a great buy. I would say that compared to some other releases from this line, this one's not as unique in general. Now, take that with a grain of salt, because some of the other releases that I've discussed here, Leather Oud, Eau Noir, are way, way out there on the unique scale. Some of the most unique juices I've ever smelled. So to say this one isn't as unique as its brothers is it's a relative term, we'll call it. So some guy's revving his engine across the street from me. So that is my day with Ambre Nuit. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Good juice here. Definitely picked a better one than Pure Shot for the second episode. So we'll be doing this again soon. I might do Rose Oud or Geranium. I do have another one I think I'm going to do before that. It's a little bit different. It's a blend. I blended 2 Tom Fords, and it's real good. So I think I might do a day with that. One of them is a very well-known one. One of them is a retired and not well-known one, certainly among men. So I will probably get to that next week. I'm really looking forward to that one, because that kind of stumbled on the blend there, and it was very big success, at least on my skin. So we'll get to that then. Until then, thank you guys very much. See you soon.